Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another installment of TED Excellence, the show where cultural sensitivity is our number one goal. Yeah, sure it is. And we come to you live from Crater Valley on the moon with Dogcat Fox, a Pepperjack, and joining me tonight, my very good friend, Leonora. Good evening, Leonora.
Hello. How are you guys?
Yes, everyone, if you may recall from a previous series of streams, Leonora and I did reviewing the first early books of the Vampire Chronicles from Anne Rice. She joins me once again for reasons I will explain presently. But before we get there, who's joining us tonight on this beautiful Thursday evening? Keeverdam, good evening, and thank you, Keeverdam, for providing the links to the GoFundMes there. But I have a special GoFundMe, or I should say fundraiser tonight, guys. Yesterday, a friend of mine, or someone that I've come to know during the Midnight's Edge streams, Clobby of Clobbern Times on YouTube, or Mike Alonzo is his real name. He passed away yesterday, unfortunately, due to a heart attack that resulted in a fall that resulted in, well, his passing. His family needs just a little bit more help on their fundraiser to assist in the costs for a funeral and other such expenses and medical things. So link is at the top of the chat. If you guys take a look at that, if you could, I'd appreciate it if you would. If you can donate, please do so. If you cannot, that's fine, but please do think about sharing that out on social media. He was a very beloved individual, and he's going to be missed by a lot of people. And in my time interacting with him, he was always just the most friendly and welcoming guy. And it's a real shame that what happens. So thank you guys so much ahead of time for that. But beyond that, Cynic, good evening. Noah Sentio, good evening. Advocatus Diaboli, good evening. Rib Rascal, good evening. Kiro Soldier, good evening. Derek LaRue, thank you, Derek, so much, as always, for your continued support and generosity. Very much appreciated. Hope you're having a good evening and hope you enjoy the show. Attack Alpaca, good evening. Who else is here? Shell D, good evening. Angelverse, good evening. Robert Pincus, good evening. Attorney Eris, good evening. Shadowclaw, good evening to you. Spoonie the Rebel, good evening. Simon Willikins, good evening. Who else is here? Fostonia, good evening to you. And Vader35, good evening. It's a Llama, good evening. It's a Llama. Boy, has it been a long time since I've seen you on a live stream? Feels like it. I could be mistaken. SWD40, good evening to you. And anybody I missed, anybody lurking, or anybody in the future, good evening. So, Leonora.
Yes.
Tonight's subject is what did you call me? Latinas are defining their power. Now, I have it here on good authority that you are a Latina.
Yes, you are correct.
Okay. And how long have you been a Latina?
Incredibly, as far as I remember. Yeah.
Really? Now, is there like an exam that has to be taken to certify you in Latina-ness?
Oh, of course. Of course, you have to go like almost like college courses.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so
I have my valid license.
Okay, so it'd be safe to say that you are a subject matter expert on being a Latina.
Totally and completely.
Okay. And just for everyone else's edification, what is the general thinking of the term Latinx amongst your people?
There's no such thing.
What? But I've been told for years it's like the new inclusive hip thing to. Okay, well, anyway, that's a subject for another day, unless it comes up on the talk, which will be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, Latinx. I'll say it right, Latinx. Let's see, a couple more hellos here before we get going. Tier Alexander, good evening to you. Mike R, good evening. I thought I saw an Aspianti. Good evening. And I think, again, that's everybody. So tonight, a very sort of special episode of TED Excellence, where we listen to something about, I have absolutely no idea what this is about other than the title. And I saw the title and I thought, hey, I have a Latina in my sphere. It'd be fun to have Leonora on to find out, to get her expert insight into whatever this lady has to say on the subject of What did you call me? Latinas are defining their power. And so I'm assuming it has something to do with language or words. Now, I did check ahead of time that this talk is in English, at least for the most part, as far as I can tell, because a lot of TEDx talks they come from like Sarajevo or Germany or, South America somewhere. So this one is in English. So I checked that much at first. But elsewise, yeah, I don't know. It's a mystery box, not the usual fare. I've also been told, and I'm not quite sure about this one, I've also been told that in the near future or right now or something, the famous David Hogg will be giving a TED or TEDx talk about maybe gun control. We'll wait and see on that one. I'm not quite sure about that one, but that might be coming up in a future TED Excellence. But either way, with that, Leonora, are you ready to experience whatever this is?
Not really.
Okay, well,
Let's do this.
You're already here. All right. So bingo card tonight is bingo card B, everybody. B as in enchiladas. That was the winner on the TEDx bingo poll for favorite Mexican food. It beat tacos and quesadillas. So
we're
enchiladas.
Starting wrong.
Well, it was probably a bunch of gringos that voted on the poll. So there you go. They don't know any better. All right. So yes, bingo card B. Get your bingo cards ready, guys. Links are in the description if you need them. And with that, we're going to start out with a few seconds for a sound test. This sucker runs 10 minutes and 34 seconds. So let's learn how Latinas are defining their power. By the way, do you feel particularly disempowered right now by any chance?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay.
I know that after this, I will be, like 100%,
okay,
full of Latinx or whatever you say it power. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so
hey, wouldn't it be fun that she goes with La Español in some part of this?
That would be funny.
Yeah.
For those of you that do not know the reference, so Leonora and I talk quite frequently, and we've come across different dialects of Spanish depending on what part of the world you're in, which isn't very weird in and of itself, except there is a special kind of Spanish that is unique to the Los Angeles area. And so as a joke, we call it La Español, as in LA Español. So I guess the question is, and again, as a subject matter expert, Leonora will tell us whether or not our speaker's Spanish, if she speaks Spanish, I'm assuming she probably will at some point in the talk, is of a La Español or a more authentic Español. So I guess we'll find out together. Anyway, enough preamble. Let's get going.
No estés chingando. Vete a la chingada como chingas.
What? Okay, did everybody hear that? Leonora, did you hear that?
Yeah, yes, I did.
What? Okay, can you translate for us? What was that?
She's just swearing a lot. I don't know if this is age appropriate for me to just start effing away.
Okay, well, for those of you in the chat or listening in the future who have children present, if they don't speak Spanish, you might be in safe territory. But if the speaker decides to translate for us, just be aware we might have some bad words coming. So, okay, but
no seas chingona.
Okay, for those of you listening at home, we have a title card up. What did you call me? Unleashing and redefining the power of the Latina. Well, this is different from the title they posted on the video. So this is more complex. Unleashing and redefining the power of the Latina. So
oh no,
get ready. You're
going.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. If you want to say, then if it happens, then I get to play the psychic stinger for you.
Well, I'm just gonna say it for educational purposes.
Sure.
Chingar, it's the translation of the F word.
Yes.
That could be used in Spanish, I think, like as in English, like a good thing or a bad thing.
Okay.
And so I'm thinking that she wants to like appropriate that that word to be empowering for women, and
Oh,
yeah.
is that
This
is that
gonna
a
be
word?
bad.
Is that a word that is specifically used towards women more so?
No,
No.
no,
Okay.
not necessarily. Like you could be also like a man or a thing, or a situation. But of course, like, she's a woman, so she's gonna take her to this side.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the prediction is that our speaker is going to encourage Latinas to claim or own the word
The word
chinga.
chingona.
Chingona.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, everyone. There's your prediction. We'll see if we get a psychic stinger in the near future.
While my parents and the adults around me hardly ever uttered these words, when I did hear them,
yes,
I knew trouble was brewing.
Sure. If someone just suddenly starts busting out with expletives all over the place, I'm pretty sure it's not a happy time. Unless it's in particular instances behind closed doors with sheets and things, but who knows?
You see, all these phrases and all their variations stem from the verb chingar, a derogatory term like the F word.
Okay, is it a direct translation, or is it just like the best translation between English and Spanish?
I can say it's a direct translation.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
In all its variations, leading to trouble in every sense of the word. Today, there's a movement by Latinas on both sides of the border.
Okay, you know something.
In the back.
Yes.
Of course, that's not the way that you write it.
Okay, so for those of you in the chat, or for those of you in the audience that aren't watching right now, there's a title or a slide up in the background that says definition of, and it's spelled Xingona, which you say is not the correct spelling.
No, you spell it with a CH, like a ch sound.
Yes.
But oh my God.
Is that some known variant?
No, of course not.
Oh,
that doesn't exist.
So is this going to be the Latinx of chingona?
I am sure it is. I'm hurting. Yeah.
Definition of, we're going to call it zingona. Definition of zingona: a mujer that is intelligent, fearless, and can get things done. Also see a boss or badass. Oh my God. You know what? I'm going to hit the psychic stinger here in a second. You already called it.
Who are reclaiming, reshaping, and owning this word.
Oh my God, you did it. We're not even a minute into this thing. There you go.
Oh my God.
Leonora already, not even a minute into this, and Leonora already called it. All right.
I'm so good at this.
going over to the bingo card real quick, because I already know we have a couple of squares we can circle. Let's go over the bingo card. Remember, everybody, this is bingo card B. B as in enchilada. Link are in the description for the bingo cards. Marginalization. Might be getting there, but we'll wait. Self-vilification or wretchedness. No. Contradicts own point or argument. Not yet. Feminism. Potentially. I mean, in spirit, if not, we'll wait and see what she says. Microaggressions or unconscious bias. Probably. But let's wait. Privilege, benevolent condescension. I feel like we could already circle that one, but I don't know. Leonora, what do you think?
Let's do it. I want to have 100 bingos today.
Well, no, we can't circle it just to circle it. Is she being benevolently condescending?
Why?
Because that's the rules. Even for you, I won't break the rules.
Yeah, I know that you're very strict.
I'm very strict. Okay, we'll wait on that one. Waitlist example, plays victim. I think playing victim is already sort of already basically stated by our speaker. Collectivize his own demographic, most certainly. Circle in that one. Economic disparity, not yet. Argumentative non sequitur, no. Attempt to coin new buzzword or buzz phrase. Well, if zingona if she's going to say put the X in front to somehow take away its power, own it or something, then I'll circle it. But well, wait a minute. A list, not yet. Mind reading or assumes motives. Again, we could maybe say it, but I want to wait for some better examples. Patriarchy, it's possible we'll get there. Anecdote that probably never happened. We haven't had any yet. Diversity, equity, and or inclusion, not yet. White supremacy, no. Childhood or family anecdote, yes. She talked about being around her parents and the other adults around. Systemic or institutional, not yet. Leaves out vital context as possible. Sales pitch for product or service, no. And lastly, word salad, not yet per se. So far on the board, remember guys, this is bingo card B. We have plays victim, collectivizes his own demographic, free space, and childhood or family anecdote. And we're not even a minute in. All right, so we're going to reclaim and re-own and empower ourselves. Latinas will by changing a CH to an X.
Hey,
I guess.
At Bocadoo's Diaboli,
Yeah.
I can have 100 bingos if I want to. I am a chingona.
Oh, will that be you reclaiming your power, unleashing your power?
Of course.
By manifesting 100 bingos? Okay.
Yes.
Well, I guess we'll see how that'll work out for you. All right.
We have transitioned it from a CH to an X.
Okay, all right. Buzzword, buzz phrase. Jesus. And she does the Wakanda salute. I mean, oh man, X gonna give it to you.
And we have infused it with a new significant meaning.
Who's we, white woman? Sorry, Latina woman.
You're not discovering anything. This thing that you can, like use chingona as a good thing and like feel, quote unquote proud of being chingona. It's been like here for ages. What is she talking about?
Well, the one thing I always have to, even when I hear something that sounds as dumb as this, I have to think to myself, okay, what audience is she speaking to? Is she speaking to an audience that is completely disconnected from this, that they don't know any better, or that she has to go all, Latina 101 for them? That's the only quote unquote excuse I can give most TEDx speakers, is that they're trying to communicate to the lowest common denominator of knowledge on their particular subject in case somebody's coming and has absolutely no idea about it. That's the only credit I'll give. It's not much in this case because she's already talking nonsense. But anyway.
We have infused it with a new significant meaning.
No.
Okay.
It's a powerful word.
It's a powerful word.
This transition,
yes,
isn't just linguistic.
Oh, it's not just a linguistic transition. It's a cultural transition.
Yeah, soul changing thing.
It's a societal transition. Okay, I'll say cultural transition.
It's cultural. Oh, please tell me your next word's going to be societal. It's societal.
Oh my God. Okay, I might have just run out of extra words. She's going to say something else now. Okay, do you have a guess as to what it's a cultural, societal, and?
No, I don't know. It could be
global. Let's say global. All right, cultural, societal,
and it's deeply personal.
Oh, I see. I went macro instead of micro then. Okay. Oh well, hey, I 2 psychics right there in a row. It's pretty good. I'd say that's pretty good.
When I think about my own journey,
yes,
I think about women in the past that you may recognize.
Oh, okay.
That were labeled radical or trouble or aggressive.
Okay. Any particular female? Well, I don't know what country she comes from, but I first think of like Mexico or something. So it's like some female historical figures in Mexico that would be considered like a radical or a leader or something. I mean, setting aside the current president of Mexico.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Mhm.
I don't know. There's a lot, but I mean, because it's popular, I
Mhm.
could think Frida Kahlo.
I was about to say, yeah, because whenever I think of like, powerful Latina female figures or something, I always think of Selma Hayek as Frida. I was like, that's got to be it, right? Or it could be Selena.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see.
By those in power. Women like Sor Juana Inés de la Cruz.
Okay.
Never heard of her. But okay.
She's a poet. Yeah.
National icon.
Okay.
And could be considered the New World's first feminist.
Feminism on the board. The New World's first feminist. All right. I can't say I'd ever heard of her, but all right.
She was a poet,
Mm-hmm.
a scholar, and a nun.
Oh,
well, she had to be.
Yeah, she had no choice.
I mean, she wanted to study, so that was her only choice. I mean,
right,
she wasn't a nun by choice.
Yeah, if you wanted to be educated back in those days, you had to be part of the church or rich beyond compare or something.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Killer Turnus. Scribblers, how far in? Topic, we are all of, 2 minutes in, and the topic is how Latinas are unleashing and redefining their power, which is the official title, never mind what the video title was on the TEDx page. And so far, we've had like 5 or 6 psychic stingers between Leonora and my just having happy guesses. So that's where we're at. But okay, she was the first feminist.
And in 1691, pushed back against the religious leaders and institutions of her time. She's known for writing a courageous and compelling letter defending women's rights to study, to teach, and to write.
And did she switch out CH with an X?
Of course not.
Yeah, so what does this have to do with anything?
Sor Juana could absolutely be considered one of the first chingonas of the new Americas.
Oh, okay. With the X. With the X.
No, with a ch.
Yeah, with a ch, not a z. Okay, so our speaker is going to... hold on. My phone is ringing. It's my father. I have to take this, so I'll be back in just a moment. Sorry. Keep everybody entertained.
Oh man. Okay. Let's read some chat. Yeah, a bit of Peron could be another one too, for sure. No, I don't. I don't. I don't. But let's try. Yeah, let's throw a party.
What? What happened? What? So I leave for 2 seconds, talk to my father, and now you're gonna like take over the show and throw a party?
No, it was not my idea. It was Iris' idea. I was just
Attorney Eris.
Yeah,
I see.
Bringing drinks.
I'm afraid a law degree does not give you rights over what goes on my show. You do not have eminent domain. Only I do. Oh, okay. Anyway, let me back up a little bit. Oh yeah, that's right. What I was saying is that she's going to start retroactively including historical figures into her new term / definition, as though that somehow bolsters or justifies her change in language. I mean, can you imagine, like, I have a new idea. Let me go to the cemetery and dig up a corpse to stand next to me while I tell you my new idea applies to them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Not a great idea. Not a great strategy, lady. But you go on.
Dolores Huerta.
Is that a known figure?
Not really.
Okay.
Oh, I guess it is.
Yeah, well, yes, somebody in the audience sure thinks it is.
The family.
Con todo respeto, Dolores.
Which means?
With all due respect, Dolores.
With all due respect, Dolores. Why would you need to say that?
I don't know. I don't know who she is.
Yeah, Mr. Tickle Trunk, thanks so much for the happy, smiley, lovely dog cat fox. Oh, dog cat fox.
Wowie, wow, wow.
Oh, and there's a breathy, deep Roan Harushan dog cat fox. Thank you so much, Mr. Tickle Trunk. Hope you're having a good evening. All right, so with all due respect to some, I guess, another dead lady.
With all due respect, she, is definitely a chingona.
Okay, so again, you're looping somebody who I'm going to assume has passed away, or at least is not directly affiliated with you, into your new crazy word that you're just trying to pitch. And for what purpose? I mean, if the sense of, I don't know, Latina pride or power or cultural strength or anything else, if it already exists, why do you need a new word? And not even a new word, just like a defiled existing word.
Dolores Huerta is an American labor leader and civil rights activist.
Is she still alive?
She's, I think, 94. Yeah, she's 94.
Oh, okay. Well, I
that's why her family was there.
Oh,
yeah. That's why I don't know nothing about her.
Yeah, it's I saw on the card it said something about her being a social justice something or other, but other than that, I didn't quite catch the rest of it. So, if we get back to the slide, we'll see.
A social justice warrior, the co-founder of the United Farm Workers Union.
Oh.
Yeah!
Now you know.
And knowing is a continuing source of disappointment.
Yes, that too. All her family.
Yeah, her entire family's in the audience. Let's see. Assassin of the Gray. This is just like Mormons baptizing people posthumously without family consent. I mean, it's a cheap tactic to call back to some famous historical figure and then try to shoehorn them into your new, paradigm or whatever. But okay. Anyway, so far we've had two historical figures, one still alive, one not, and a completely bastardized spelling of a word. Okay, and you got anything else for us? Yeah, get that emotional labor out.
She organized to defend women's rights.
I thought she organized to defend farm workers' rights.
No.
I mean, women are included in there, I assume, but did I miss something? Probably.
Civil rights.
Okay, so everyone's rights.
And we cannot.
What now?
No, just women. Aren't
just
you
women. I very much am listening. That's my both my power and my curse here, is I'm listening very carefully.
The most important one, in my opinion, farm worker equity.
Farm worker equity. Well, equity. We have equity for diversity, equity, and inclusion on the board. So circling that one. All right.
Her leadership was grounded in nonviolence, is grounded in nonviolence and community engagement. And it was Dolores Huerta who coined the iconic phrase, "Sí se puede!"
I don't know. I don't know that phrase. What does that mean?
We can do it.
We can do it. Wait, we can do it. I thought that was on the
I don't know.
Yeah, that was on the Rosie the Riveter posters from World War II. I mean, granted, if she's 94, maybe she was doing this back in the World War II era and everything else, but still, we can do it is not. Maybe the Spanish version of it is iconic somewhere, but Anyway, okay.
Say it with me.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Sí se puede.
Sí se puede.
Seesaw, platypus. I don't know. No.
Come on.
How do you pronounce it?
Sí
Si
se puede.
puede.
Yeah, you got it.
Si se puede.
There you go.
We can do it.
A battle cry, an affirmation that we still use today
Okay.
in community organizing.
Okay.
As we celebrate those women that I hope you have heard of.
Okay.
No.
Okay. So as we celebrate those women that I hope you have heard of, now take my new spelling of a bad word as an empowering device. When the women that I'm talking about, through their own efforts, their own sacrifices, their own achievements, have already done that without a word. So what exactly, I guess my question is, and I have no idea because I don't know anything about our speaker, aside from changing CH to an X, what exactly has she achieved? What are her credentials? I don't know. She hasn't said anything about herself so far. But if all I have to do to put myself on the same level as historic, heroes of education and poetry and civil rights work is to make up a new bad word, boy, oh boy, that's a low bar for entry.
I also need to uplift
Uh-huh.
those that you never have.
Is she getting emotional?
Yeah,
Why?
she's about to cry.
Oh my God. You think it's real?
Of course not.
Okay.
Dramatic purposes.
Maria Apolonia de la Garza Vargas.
Oh my gosh,
Oh.
she's gonna cry. She's really gonna cry.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I say these. Remember their names in power, everyone. Oh, invoking the saints of Zingona. Sounds like it should be the name of a cult or something. Actually, that'd be a pretty good name for a cult.
My mom.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh, okay. All right. So now, wait. Not even your mom is safe from this semantic necromancy. Okay. All right.
No, of course, because I'm sure that she's the ultimate chingona. I'm sorry,
probably
chingona.
Zingona. Got to make sure we have this. Yeah, as much as she tries otherwise, it's Zingona.
Well, she would have never allowed me to call her a chingona for
Well, then why are you doing it? How dare you dishonor your mother?
God's sakes.
But
She absolutely was one.
I mean, when you think about what the word actually means, it's like, my mom totally was this terrible thing. Oh, okay.
Did you know that in the United States today, only 7% of restaurants are owned and operated by women of color?
Wow. And did we lose Leonora? Are you there?
No. I'm speechless.
You're stunned into silence. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. Well. Okay. So 7%. Okay. So was your mother one of those 7%? Is that what it is? Also, as far as like restaurant ownership is concerned, you know how difficult it is to maintain a restaurant anywhere, really, America or otherwise.
Mhm.
It is a risky proposition for anybody, regardless of what you look like. But okay, your mom was part of that magical 7%. And
Now imagine in the 70s,
Oh my God.
yeah.
my mom owned and operated and was the head chef of her own Mexican restaurant.
Great. And okay, I mean, kudos to your mom. Again, the restaurant business is no easy task. But sorry to burst the bubble, owning a restaurant is not exactly a unique profession, regardless of what you look like. But okay. How long did it? I guess here's my big question, because after watching so many episodes of Kitchen Nightmares with Gordon Ramsay, how long did this restaurant last? That really is the test of the entire thing. It's like, all things considered.
She was an immigrant
You don't say.
with only a third grade education.
Okay.
And she came to this country like so many other immigrants for a better life.
Uh-huh.
I know I'm a cynic for asking this. Did she do so legally? I know. I'm such a schmuck when I say that, but these days, I just got to ask.
We're listening to a struggle story.
I
Please
know.
focus on the important things.
You're right. I'm sorry. Just listen and
Jesus.
believe. I apologize.
She was widowed at 51, leaving her to raise 2 young girls. She didn't speak English and she didn't know how to drive.
Oh, widowed at 51 and 2. Boy, she was starting late in life. 2 young girls my
Well,
parents.
like young, they could be like, 15 or something.
Still, that's a little late in life to have kids, isn't it?
Well, I don't know.
Oh, okay. Anyway, widowed at 51. Yeah, well, so did your father not play a role in any of this, or is he just not worth mentioning, I guess?
Speak English and she didn't know how to drive.
Oh no!
She didn't know how to drive.
She didn't know how to.
No,
Everyone! She didn't know how to drive. Everyone! Oh my God! What do we do? What will we do?
She had to navigate local business requirements, deal with English-speaking vendors.
English-speaking
Yes.
vendors in America? Oh no! So wait. So she comes to a country. She can't drive. She doesn't know the language. I mean, no, I'll admit, she either willfully or otherwise had many obstacles in front of her to succeed. So, again, kudos, because it sounds like she at least achieved the point of owning her own business and everything else. So she must have found somebody to help her out, right?
And build a following in a language that was not her own.
Well, that's why you try to learn something of a functional. This is why there's a requirement when you become a citizen of the United States that you have to have a functional understanding of the English language in writing it and speaking it. It's not a very high bar to jump, but you have to have at least a functional understanding. There are some very basic requirements to becoming a citizen of the United States that are on the test in order to better assimilate to your new country. So she had to speak to vendors and stuff. Okay, at the point at which she started a business, you'd think she'd have some capacity for speaking the language or having someone nearby who could translate for her. But okay, all right. English was her second language. Fine. And?
My mom ran and operated her own Mexican restaurant.
Yeah,
you already said that.
You told us already. And?
For over 30 years in Watsonville.
Okay. Oh, well, heck, and I mean this sincerely. That is an achievement. To run a restaurant longer than about 5 years. I can't remember what the average lifespan of most restaurants is. It's something ridiculously short, like 2 years or something. But to run one for 30 years, I mean, there's got to be something there if you last that long. So kudos to your mother. But so what? Your mom was literally a girl boss. But now retroactively, you're going to title her with Zingona. Why? Why? I guess I need to find out. And this is where the context lacks context might come or leaves out vital context. Why is this quote unquote new word necessary? If you're just going to venerate accomplished or famous or in your personal life or otherwise Latinas who bucked the odds and pushed back against the difficulties of their era, or worked to better others and so on, you could do that all day and just say, here's the power of the Latina spirit or something. Why do you need to push this new word? What does that got to do with anything? They didn't need that word to do what they did they? So why are we here, I guess is my question.
Because you people like new words.
Well, I mean, it is an easy way to get attention these days. If you take an existing word, and especially like obviously the Latinx comes up immediately to mind because of just switching something out with an X, as though that does anything, whether it's folks or Wimixon or now Zingona. I don't understand this obsession with X. I really don't, but anyway, let me back up a little bit.
People still talk about her enchiladas.
Okay. Oh, enchiladas. Hey, that was on the bingo. Hey. Didn't even know it. I want to mark it as a psychic stinger. But there you go. Enchiladas again, guys.
But chingona energy isn't solitary. It thrives in community and collaboration.
Chingona energy.
Mm-hmm.
See, if I translate that to English, I'm just like, just say that out loud. All right. Parents in the room, cover your children's ears. It's like my mother is infused with fuck energy. It sounds absolutely incorrect. It sounds absolutely inappropriate to describe, well, anybody with that, but especially the women in your life. It just doesn't quite ring healthy. Is it just me?
Oh man.
Okay. And again, and so I think Tier said in the chat there, I'm still wondering, did your father play no role in any of this? Was he, I realized she was widowed at 51 or something, but I'm assuming then that he was around for a time before then. And did he help out with the restaurant? I'm okay. Anyway, I guess it doesn't really matter.
It thrives.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
In times of crisis, chingonas emerge.
Again, I am translating this in my mind as every time she says that word, in whatever way or phrase that she then follows it with, I just...
They rise together and find solutions.
Okay.
On December 31st, 2022, my city of Watsonville issued an emergency call due to flooding in atmospheric rivers.
Flooding and atmospheric, you mean wind? Admittedly, I am not a meteorologist. Atmospheric rivers, I just think of that as like weather or windstorms or something. And for those of you at home, there's a card that says December 31st, 2022, City of Watsonville, and below it has three things listed. Evacuation of seniors, 80,000 pounds of sand, over $10 million of economic relief. That looks to me like a list in and of itself, elements of the event. And what, okay, how are you going to draw this back to Latinas? They were out there filling sandbags or something?
That's what I was thinking.
They were picking up old people and carrying them out of their homes. Like what?
Yeah.
Chingonas responded.
I'm sure, you know what? I'm sure they did. I'm also sure a lot of other people responded because that town is not 100. What?
No.
What? What do you mean,
Only chingonas. Aren't you listening?
Oh, you're right.
Everybody else was, like just hiding and, being scared and, only chingonas did the job.
I apologize. Yes, in fact, sorry guys, I jumped ahead. Actually, the sandbags were filled with chingonas. They held back the tide all by themselves.
And while everybody was celebrating the new year, guess what?
Guess
Chicken.
What? Guess
Chicken butt.
what?
Chicken butt. Chingonas were on the front lines saving lives.
Yes.
We were evacuating vulnerable seniors from their homes.
I knew it. They were carrying the old people out of the houses. all the Latinas were just like hefting these frail old people out of their houses.
Yes.
We made sandbags with over 80,000 pounds of sand in the pouring rain.
Oh my God! And we carried
Not
them
in the
uphill.
pouring rain.
Yeah, we carried them uphill both ways. There was 3 feet of snow between us and the sand dunes we collected to fill the bags.
And we created systems, infrastructure to be able to disseminate effectively and efficiently over $10 million of economic relief for those impacted by the floods.
Just chingonas?
Of course.
Nobody else?
Nobody else.
Where was everybody? Were they just like cowering in fear and peeing their pants?
Yes,
Oh
they
my
were
God.
like just hiding in basements and crying under beds.
Oh my God. All the cholos. They were like, please chingonas. No, por favor. Oh, I don't know. ¿Por qué, chingonas? ¿Por qué? I got to stop that right now. Okay, I'm going to circle systemic or institutional because she talked about systems and infrastructure and this, that, and the other. And also anecdote that probably never happened.
Totally.
I know. It might be controversial for me to say because I wouldn't want to go back on the truth of the chingonas doing everything and packing sandbags and collecting millions of dollars. But I'm just gonna guess. Yay! Woo!
Woohoo!
Yay!
Chingona energy.
Possessed by many a porn star.
It isn't solitary.
It's not solitary. Oh, it's all okay. So it's kind of a group chingona kind of thing. Oh Lord.
It emanates from women who are.
Oh, I wonder if the space lesbian witch cult that Star Wars now has are a bunch of chingonas.
Of course they are.
I bet they created 2 babies through lesbian energy stuff.
What?
No, I'm not making this up. In the new Acolyte series on Disney Plus, the Star Wars series, it is apparently the case that 2 female characters, through the power of lesbianism, generated twin babies. No, I know. I'm not, I wish I was making it up. I'm not making it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, chingona energy caused procreation in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who are unstoppable,
Sure.
brilliant, and passionate.
Are you crying again?
Yes.
They're brilliant and passionate. Passionate chingona.
They are connected.
Boy, howdy, are they?
And committed to serve their community.
Oh, okay.
Whether it's responding to natural disasters, crossing borders.
By what method?
Or fighting against systemic injustices.
Systemic injustices? Like?
When chingonas stand united, they drive meaningful change.
Yeah.
I no longer shrink at the word chingona.
Oh, okay.
Why would you?
Yeah, because what? You're not like a 3-year-old anymore?
I embrace it. Because like Sor Juana and Dolores and Maya Ma.
Okay, so now you are all the chingonas? Okay, so I have no idea what our speaker does elsewise other than packing sandbags. But now she's associating herself with a historical poet, a civil rights leader, and a 30-year-long restaurateur. And so like all of those women, yes.
And all these people on the slide.
Uh-huh.
Of course.
And millions of others
Uh-huh.
who stand truth to power.
Yes.
Who speak truth to power.
Yes.
I have earned it with my resiliency and strength.
So not through your personal achievements or efforts or, no, just through your resiliency and strength. Oh, because somebody called you a bad word once? What what is... Boy, don't break your arm patting yourself on the back there.
And I even
Yeah.
feel pride.
Yeah. You don't say. You feel pride? Can you believe it?
No. I mean, it's
Isn't that one of the deadly sins? I mean, I was told at some point, pride goeth before the fall. But okay, you feel pride. Uh-huh.
Pride. I have the audacity to feel pride in my work and recognize the leadership in my community.
Okay, the audacity to recognize the pride in your work. Sorry, that's called narcissism. I have the audacity to see how awesome I am. Oh, boy.
You see?
Yeah.
I led a social service agency, the Community Action Board of Santa Cruz County.
Oh, okay. Now, okay. Well, finally, we know something about what
Yeah.
her vocation is. Okay. So let's back up. Let's hear that. Social services. What now?
Board of Santa Cruz County.
Sorry.
The Action Board of Santa Cruz County.
The Action Board of Santa Cruz County. Okay. Social services. Okay. What did you do, or what did your services entail?
To reflect the community that it serves on all levels of the agency.
Will reflect. Okay. So were you populating your workforce on the basis of their ethnicity then? Is there something you want to confess to us about your employment practices here?
On all levels of the...
No, I mean, like, if you're working like in social services, wouldn't that be like implied? Like if you're working for a specific community, like...
Oh yeah, no. I mean, I'm not saying it. You
what
couldn't.
are you talking about? Like,
Well,
what is she innovating or I
Well,
don't
yeah, no. I mean, if you have a social services agency or something in a particular geographical area, and you're hiring from the local community, then by default, certainly you're going to have people, and maybe even demographically speaking, unbalanced or quote unquote not a diverse or whatever. That could just be a natural outgrowth of it. But yeah, that would be just a matter
doing
of
your
fact.
job.
Yeah, it would just be a natural reflex of your vocation. It would not be so. She is really giving herself a whole lot of accolades for doing nothing, isn't she? It's like, did you know I ran a social services agency in a community, and that social services agency reflected the community it served? I am just like that dead poet lady. Obviously.
The agency, because representation matters. It took us 10 years, but we did it.
Oh my God, 10 years.
It took you 10 years to do what?
Jesus.
It took you 10 years to do what? Have your social services agency reflect the community it served? Why did it take 10 years?
Yeah. Took
What are you
long
talking
enough.
about?
Yay!
So
Look at her, so
I really want to know
happy.
what that means. I really want to know what that means now, because if she says it took a decade for her agency to reflect the community it serves, then there must have been some, I mean, aesthetic standard that was not met to her pleasure for over 10 years. So was that an imperative? Again, I'm really curious to know what she's talking about and what the employment practices were in this endeavor.
We did it.
We did it. You did
Sí
what?
se puede.
Sí se puede.
I fight the invisibility of being the only person of color in decision-making spaces.
Uh-huh.
And what exactly does your melanin count impart on you as far as professionalism or wisdom or leadership skills? I just really do tell. What does that have to do with anything? What does that inform anyone of your ability just looking at you? Or what should they assume to know about you based on your appearance? Okay. Word salad. I'm circling.
Are you okay?
No, I'm not okay. I'm watching another TEDx and listening to a self-aggrandizing nincompoop, which, isn't exactly a rare thing for a TEDx, but still, it doesn't get any better each time. It's sort of like, when was my most favorite instance of being kicked in the balls? Well, if I had to put it on a scale, yeah, anyway.
And daily, I feel the pain of microaggressions.
Oh, microaggressions! Oh my God!
Not microaggressions.
Microaggressions. Oh boy, well, circling that on the board. Wow, we are so close to a couple of bingos right now, guys. So here's a review of what we have on the board right now. Remember, this is bingo card B. So far, we have circled feminism, microaggressions or unconscious bias, plays victim, collectivizes own demographic, free space, attempt to coin new buzzword or buzz phrase, a list, anecdote that probably never happened, diversity, equity, and or inclusion, childhood or family anecdote, systemic or institutional, and word salad. Yeah, we were just a couple away from a couple of bingos here, so let's see. We'll probably get to them. Let's see.
But like millions of other chingonas, I keep showing up.
Oh, wow, you're so brave. So brave against microaggressions.
No. So you're telling me that you don't care about microaggressions because they don't exist? Oh my God.
No. They exist, but she's not letting them stop her.
Okay. Yeah.
That's the thing. It's like she's constantly barraged with microaggressions. But guys, she is resilient.
Yeah, she's standing.
Yeah, she's resilient. She's standing in her power, everyone. And by the forces of mom and the civil rights lady and the poet lady, their spirits have fortified her against possibly unintentional but personally interpretive offenses. It's amazing. I am without words to describe how amazing she is. I do not have the vocabulary to describe how amazing she is.
We keep showing up.
Oh, wow. Gosh, thanks for showing up. Did you bring cookies?
We keep showing up.
Okay, is this a cult session or something with mantras? You keep repeating the same thing over and over again. She didn't know how to drive. She didn't know how to drive. We're almost done. Wait for applause. Was that on your script?
Of course.
And are you raising up a fist in solidarity? Yes. I don't know if you want to talk about chingonas and then like shove your fist into the air. I mean, that might imply something. Just saying.
So join me.
Join me.
and together we will rule the galaxy as father and son.
Join me.
No.
I am inviting you.
Mm. Well, don't I feel honored? Thanks so much, crazy lady. Thank you, Killer Turnus. Fall down in reverence, Scribbles. Man, I really wish I keep meaning to have this as a stinger, and that's the greater good, the greater good. I had that somewhere from like Shaun of the Dead, no, not Shaun, Hot Fuzz, and I keep meaning to add it to my little soundboard. This would be a perfect time for it, but anyway, no, I will not fall down in reverence to chingonas unless she's really hot. Then maybe.
To join me.
Join you.
Notice when our voices are not heard.
Wait, how? No, stop. Let's take that back for a second. Hold on. Let's listen to that.
Notice when our voices are not heard.
How?
How do I notice something that
How?
doesn't happen? If a chingona falls down in a forest and no one is around to hear her complain, did it really happen?
Of course, because they always complain.
Caramba.
Notice when we're not sitting next to you in the boardroom at the decision-making table.
How? Oh, okay. So what do you mean by we is simply Latina? If I don't see a Latina at the boardroom, then I have to notice this. And I have to say, hey, boss, we really need to get a Latin chick over here.
Yeah, I mean, like the no chingones, like male and women, the no chingones must, notice when a chingona is missing.
Yeah, apparently so. And only that is the only bar they need to meet. It's not like experience or career history or skills or education. It's just, are they a I almost said the F word. Are they a it's so stupid. It's just so stupid.
And notice when the decisions are made for us without us.
Welcome to the wonderful world. A whole bunch of decisions are made for me without me all the time because
it
I work
happens
for
to everyone, lady.
Yeah, it's called having a boss. It's called having a representative government of some kind, a president, and so on. It's life. Welcome to life. You do not necessarily have control or say over everything in your life, especially if you're an employee or you're a citizen and onward. So just grow up. But maybe she can't. I don't know. Thank you, Faustonia, for the laughy, hilarious Dogcat Fox. Oh, Dogcat Fox.
Wowee. Wow.
Oh, that's a tail featured Dogcat Fox. Thank you so much, Faustonia. Very generous of you. Thank you so much. Hope you're having a good evening and enjoying this madness. We're almost done. We've only got 36 seconds left.
Celebrate with me.
I don't want to. You really don't seem like somebody I'd want to be at a party with.
I don't like you, lady.
Yeah, you would not be the life of the party.
The strength of the chingona.
Does that come from the pelvic muscles by any chance?
I guess.
I invite you.
Legs spread wide.
I invite you.
Mm-hmm.
Celebrate the brightness of our spirits, the power, the grace and the grit.
The grace and the grit.
Of La Chingona. ¡Que viva las chingonas!
Okay. And some people were standing up. I hope to just like run out of the auditorium. But all right. Well, before we get to the bingo card, and we will momentarily, Leonora,
Uh-huh.
What is your reflexive reaction to this presentation as a Latina?
Mm. Well, I mean, she's not saying anything that's new to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, obviously because of circumstances, like, you know, women in Latin countries have to be more resilient and more, you know, resourceful than probably in other places.
And
For
just
you know,
yeah, why is that for general education?
I mean, just for economic, societal, educational reasons, you
Mhm.
know, and so uh, a lot of Latin households uh, are run by women.
Mhm.
So, like having strong-willed and women as models, it's nothing new
Right.
in this part. It's nothing new, and so I mean, like what she's saying is like, oh my god.
So are you saying that she's effectively trying to culturally appropriate an existing trend amongst a demographic and own it through her own buzzword?
Yeah, I guess it's I mean, if she would try to bring this same talk, to any Latin country,
Yeah.
it will be like, okay, yeah,
I'm just
thanks,
like
lady.
I'm
It's
just
not
boggled by the
relevant.
word. I'm just boggled by the word she chose, given its definition. It's like of all the things you could choose to try to turn into some kind of super word, that one really? Because it sounds ridiculous. Like I say, when I translated in my head every time that she said it or said it next to another word or phrase or something, I'm just like, if I was at work and I'm sitting at the conference table or something, I look around and say, "Hey, boss, we really need a F girl here." Like what? Just like
Well,
uh,
yeah, I mean, well, also the difference is like the Spanish language has
mhm.
this like this virtue of being able to change things, the
Sure.
connotation of things,
Mhm.
more easily, if you want to put it that way. And so, yeah,
It's more
I mean, you
malleable.
can use this verb like
Mhm.
chingar, and you can use it in a hundred ways, and it could mean like 100 different things depending on context.
Mhm.
So I mean, like, calling a woman a chingona, it's not new,
Mhm.
and it's it's not new. I mean, with an X, yeah, of course it is, and you won't, and it wouldn't fly here,
Right.
obviously. But uh but yeah, I mean, yeah, this is old.
All right. Well, with that, Leonora and I are going to go over the bingo card one time by ourselves. So if you have arguments for squares to be circled, just hold on to them. So first off, marginalization. I think that was the gist in only 7% of restaurant owners notice when our voices aren't there, notice when we're not at the table, and so on. So I think that's an easy one. What say you?
Hmm. Yes.
Oh, okay.
I want 100 bingos. I
Well,
said it.
you don't get 100 bingos. All right. Self vilification or wretchedness. I don't think at any point she gave us any notion that she had done something wrong. I mean,
No,
she was standing on the back of
contrary,
yeah. She filled sandbags, everybody. And carried little old ladies out of their retirement homes. Contradicts own point or argument. Okay, so what was her argument? That Latin women have strength. And Latin women have strength, and that strength needs to be recognized. And
well, the contradiction here is that she's using like this bad word and changing it, you know, to something empowering and powerful.
Right.
And now she's not anymore. Like she's no more ashamed of it, you know?
Well, yeah, she's trying to use that word to come across as meaning powerful to describe a demographic that already is powerful just by the nature of culture, economics, and their environment. So it's I don't know if it's a contradiction, but it's almost literally useless. So I think I'll circle that. Yeah, her argument is just it's a non-starter. Let's put it that way. It's a non-starter. Let's see. Moving on from that, privilege. Well, it was. I'll say it was implied by, again, the 7% of restaurant owners are women of color. So that implied that, you know, not women of color have an easier time becoming a restaurateur. She talked about, you know, not having a license. Well, that's her mother. Yeah.
There were bits about not having a place in the chair where decisions are made.
Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, it's the lack of visibility, and obviously the corollary to that is that anybody who doesn't look like her thus simply does have that privilege.
And chingona's voices are not heard.
Right. Benevolent condescension, yes, because again, the whole. Did you know that Latin women are powerful and assertive and take charge of things and so on and so forth? Did you know that? I mean, I didn't know that, but now that I know that.
I had a dog, and his name was...
What?
I had a dog, and his name was...
Bingo!
Of course!
Our first bingo. All right, might get another one here in a second. Weightless example. I mean, I hate to double dip, but the whole story of the flood of Watsonville or whatever. Also,
what are you talking about? Watsonville was saved because of these women.
Okay. Well, how about bringing up the 1600s poet that had never heard of this lady before, and if she started calling her a chingona, she probably would have been like slapped with a crucifix or something. I mean, did anything in this talk actually justify her argument?
Well, do anything of this talk make sense at all? I mean,
well, we already circled word salad, so that's already kind of covered. But yeah, I think nothing in this talk made her argument make sense. Not the flooding thing, which obviously left out a whole raft of people that, and no pun intended, since it was flooding, that were involved in that. Her, civil rights leader example, where she talked about, oh yeah, she was there to defend women, but also farmers and there's so many to count. But anyway.
Bingo.
What?
Of course!
Our second bingo, moving on. Economic disparity. Yes, my mother came here with no money. She didn't know how to drive.
Yeah, and also the equity on
farmers' equity. Yeah, yes. Farmers' equity. Yeah,
yes.
Okay. Boy, oh boy. Argumentative non sequitur. Can I count everything? Everything, like nothing led to anything, and the fact that she like made up story, like I don't know. Anyway, yeah, her. Did you know that our social services organization had people in it that reflected the community that they serve? What? It took us 10 years. 10 years to do what? Whoa, just stuff and things like
Bingo.
What? Bingo! Yeah!
Of course! Of course!
Okay, mind
Oh, I like
reading.
it. That's like
You like that one? Yeah, that's the newest one. It's actually kind of hard to find really good, clear instances of people yelling out bingo. But that one there, yeah, the first one is there was actually a movie called Bingo. I think it was about a dog or something, and you had that very famous sort of voiceover guy that does trailers for movies say bingo, and I'm like, that's great. Anyway, mind reading or assumes motives. Whose mind did she read? This isn't about benevolent condescension. This is assuming to know something about. Well, I mean, you could. I don't know. Is that too much of a stretch? I'm trying to think about the whole boardroom thing. Notice when we don't hear our voices. This, that, and the other. I don't
yeah.
know.
Well, it could be the part where she says that where they are making decisions. Like for us or something like that. That she said in the end.
Yeah.
Trying to communicate that they were not necessarily on their best interests. Like people were, like other people are making decisions for us that maybe are not the best.
Yeah.
How would you know?
Yeah, and yeah, they're making decisions against your interests simply because don't let anybody do that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough. And oh my gosh, with that.
Ooh, that's a bingo!
Right?
Yeah!
Okay, up next, patriarchy. Did we have an example? And again, just mentioning feminism by itself does not inherently then refer to patriarchy. We have to have some kind of example of male-dominated space. And of course, we do because boardroom, restaurateurs, etc. Or is that not enough?
Well, I'm going against my 100 bingos that I want.
Okay.
But I don't think that she directly attacks patriarchy or men or
no. I mean she's
talking more on those examples about representation.
Yeah, she's talking about race more than gender per
yeah,
se.
Exactly.
Because it could be because when she says women of color, that means white women are on the opposite side. So it's not specifically about men. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. But then leading straight into white supremacy. I think that is inherently implied. Because when you talk about take it back. No, because when she says women of color, that also doesn't include men of color. So it's not necessarily just white people. I'll leave that open for chat because we don't have any squares left. Leaves out vital context. Yes, why this word? Why this word? And where were the other people involved in any of the things that she brought up as some kind of hard, especially the flooding thing? It was just the Latinas who filled the sandbags and fortified
leaves
stuff.
Out vital context and information. What about the father? Where's the father?
Where's your dad? Do Latinos have nothing to do with the success of Latinas ever?
I guess in her mind. I don't know.
I suppose not, and therefore.
Oh, won't somebody please?
Bingo. BINGO.
Okay!
Right?
And lastly, sales pitch for product or service. Now, I'll be picky about this one. She did mention her social services organization, but she only mentioned it once.
Was it hers?
Yeah,
Or-
yeah.
or-
She said, yeah. I founded a whatever.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So that was it. But was it a sales pitch for it? She was using it as an
If it was a sales pitch, it was a lousy one.
Well, I know that's the thing. It's like, did we get the sense that she was selling us on that or looking for donations or something? Speaking of which, thank you, Attribution. I'm taking a psychology of gender class for the next 4 weeks. So now you have an American hater, white man hater, cis hater professional in your chat. Well, hey, all righty. I feel so empowered now, I guess. And now I'm clicking on replying to your super chat, and it's telling me I'm going to reply to Derek LaRue's super chat. As much as I appreciate Derek LaRue's super chat, I want to reply to Adabisi's, but I can't. So, Adabisi, thank you, even though I can't mark it officially into the record, because every time I click on the reply button, it says that I'm replying to Derek LaRue. So, apparently, YouTube really likes Derek LaRue, or Derek LaRue is the one super chat to rule them all, I suppose. Yeah, sales pitch for product. I'm going to leave that one open. All right, we got to leave something open for the chat. Okay, chat. So we have all of 4 squares left, and one of them is really going to need an excellent argument, and that's self-vilification or wretchedness. I could maybe see arguments for the other 3. But self-vilification or wretchedness is really going to need an excellent argument. So if you have arguments for squares yet to be circled, please put them in the chat now, and we will proceed scrolling up a little bit. Let's see. Advocates Diabli. Scarlett, all her examples of women were examples of women fighting the patriarchy. That's... Yeah, because she talked about, the forces aligning against them, or the powers that be, and so on. That would be, especially in the poet lady era.
Yeah.
That would definitely be
Totally.
okay. You know what? You got it. That's
Woohoo!
All right. So let me circle that one, and that gets us one more bingo, at least so far. So let me update that, and then do
Bingo.
What? Of course!
All right. We are still on our way here. Oh my gosh, guys. Let's see. Advocatus again. It was a sales pitch for the phrase chingona, Scribelite, and the concept she attached to it. That's buzzword or buzz phrase. That's not a product or a service. I'm going to be a stickler on that one. There's a square specifically for that, and we covered it. Got to find something else. Mike R. She was implying boardrooms were populated by men, so men making decisions for women equals. Yep, gotcha. Yep, we got the patriarchy. Let's see. Her mom wouldn't want to be called a chingona. True. Well, I guess that would be a. For self-vilification. Oh, Leonora. Are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, so
is right.
You're at. Oh my! I didn't even. Oh, wow. No, that's great. That's perfect. I didn't think about it like that. Good job, man. Good job.
Bingo.
What? Bingo! Yeah! Of course! Of course! Ooh, that's a bingo.
Right?
Yeah!
Oh my gosh, guys. Oh my gosh. 2 squares left. Oh man, this is going to be frustrating if we don't get. All right, guys. And okay, we are at such a precipice. Whatever you've got has got to be really good. Really good. I just don't throw out blackout bingo cards left, right, and center willy-nilly. It's got to be really good. So bring your A game. We got a few extra minutes here. Okay, Terry Alexander, white supremacy. She said that her mother not speaking English implies white supremacy. I don't know. Leonora, I need a lifeline on that one. What do you think?
Well, I mean, it could be. Like, I mean, like I think that she is implying that she was not, on a quote unquote fair playfield, but
It's not racial,
but
though.
it's not all like, she didn't tell, like, doors were closed because of,
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it quite meets it. I get where you're going, but she needed to have said something a bit more explicit.
But what about the 10 years that it took for her to have
Well,
representation?
that's what Jose Chacon just said. White supremacy, the story of 10 years for
Uh-huh.
her staff to be represented.
Exactly.
That's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. Again, I'm only hesitating because I don't want to just give it away, All right.
But I mean, yeah, I mean that's
That's what representation means. It's anything.
that's a struggle
Yeah.
against white supremacy.
Yeah. Okay. Now you convinced me. You convinced me. All right. Oh boy, guys, we are on the absolute edge now.
I had a dog, and his name was...
What?
I had a dog, and his name was...
Bingo!
Of course!
Oh, won't somebody please?
Bingo. BINGO.
Okay!
Right?
All right, guys, this is
Sí
it.
se puede, sí se puede.
This is it, guys. Okay, whatever arguments there are, it's got to be something really good. It just has to be. It has to be something that is undeniable. I am not going to do a blackout just because. So if you've got any other arguments for squares to be circled, the only one left is sales pitch for product or service.
A sales pitch for her mom's enchiladas.
Oh shit! Oh no! No! Oh God! You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Oh.
Oh my God! Hallelujah! Holy shit! What? Where's the Tylenol?
Oh, holy! Let's do it again.
Oh my God! Hallelujah! Holy shit! What? Where's the Tylenol?
That's like the third time. I think it's like the third time in TED Excellence history. Oh my God! As soon as you said they still talk about mom's enchiladas, like, oh God, you're right. I remember that. Oh boy, oh boy. Well, we didn't get 100 bingos, but you got to be here and you got to finish the third blackout in the series history.
We had as much as possible.
Yeah. It literally, yeah. Barring us doing a second TED Excellence, we're not going to do a second TEDx tonight.
Sí se
Yeah.
puede.
Yeah. Sí se puede. Oh my gosh. Everyone, you have witnessed TED Excellence history in the making, number 3. A total blackout of the card and legitimate. No low bars, no gimmies. It was all legit. Wow, that's something.
Yeah.
So
we're just a bunch of chingones here.
yeah, well, here's the problem. And really, it was chingona power, obviously, that caused the blackout.
Obviously.
You overloaded the system and caused the blackout. Well, now see, now the problem is there's nowhere to go but downhill from here forever. Any other time you show up on the show. That's it. This is it. If you reach the pinnacle on your first shot, what can you do now?
I don't know.
Yeah.
We could talk about other stupid shit, I guess.
Yeah, we could, but let's save that for another episode because my brain is already falling apart.
Not
let's
now.
see. Yeah, just now. Only just now. Everyone, there you go. Yes, you are all witnessed here for the third time in series history, unless I think it was only 3 times, a total blackout of the card, legitimate, held everybody to a high standard, and just by luck and kismet, my guest finished off the card for everybody in a completely legitimate way. So, how did you enjoy your TED Excellence experience, Leonora?
It was great. It was great.
All right.
It was really fun.
Well,
Let's
I'm
go get
glad.
some margaritas, everyone.
Yay! Oh no, Zargaritas.
Okay.
Take away the M. The M is patriarchal. It refers to it pertains to like madre. You know, you got to take. So it's Zargaritas. And by the way, I'm copywriting that. Nobody else can use it. And now I've completely changed the paradigm of the entire margarita industry. Thank you.
I'm going to write my TEDx.
Yes, exactly. In my TEDx. Zargaritas. Reclaiming alcohol for Latin America, everyone. But with that, some programming notes. First and foremost, there will not be a Sunday stream this week. I'm going to take Sunday off. But why am I taking Sunday off? Because Saturday, everybody, holy cats, Saturday on this channel, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, the latest episode of Living on Borrowed Crime, wherein I will have a panel discussion scheduled to appear Dave's Lemonade, Misery Machine, and True Red Crime. There may be others. It's still a little bit up in the air. I don't know how full of a panel we'll have, but we're going to be talking about instances and stories and lessons learned from those times where a story that a true crime content creator was working on in some way, shape, or form visited itself upon their doorstep. I'll keep that as abstract as possible because the question will be equally abstract when I ask it of my guests. So remember, Saturday, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. If you have any friends, family, or otherwise that enjoy true crime or true crime content creators on YouTube or elsewise, be sure to tell them about it. Links are also in the Discord, which I will get to momentarily. But before I get to that, thank you, Frank Hubbard, for the woot woot. Yes, indeed, woot woot or zoot zoot. I've now appropriated your exclamation for a better world. Zoot zoot. XOOT, XOOT. So let me get over here to the Discord server real quick. While I'm doing that, Leonora, tell people what you are up to.
What do you mean? I'm a normal person that has a job and a few cats. What do you
Okay.
mean
A job and a few cats. There you go, everybody. Leonora.
Yeah.
Job and a few cats. Link to the Discord is now in the chat. All you have to do is click on that link. You'll find yourself on the landing channel called Say Hello. And in addition to saying hello, you just have to say the secret word. The secret word will tell me that you're not a bot or an actual human, and thus earn the right, the privilege, the entitlement to join the Discord server. And today's secret word is...
A bunch of chingones.
No, today's secret word is Zargarita. If they say Zargarita with an X, then I'll know they really watched the show. Also, thank you, Attribution. Again, Scribe is reviewing The Acolyte. I'll give you my review since I haven't watched it. It's absolute and total garbage, breaks the entirety of the Star Wars canon and universe, and turns the Force into nothing. As far as I'm concerned, I am not going to pay for Disney Plus just to watch The Acolyte. I know. I'm not going to give Disney any more of my money. And I know it sounds petulant or something, but just this is my Star. I'll give you my brief rant about Star Wars. Star Wars has died in my mind because of how it's been treated. However, I think there should be, and I hope one day to be a part of, a movement, if you will, not Czar Wars, mind you, but a movement nonetheless. To unofficially decanonize all of Disney Star Wars and return back to the good old days of George Lucas Star Wars, the expanded universe, and everything up to the point where Disney cut it off, and just continue from there with our tabletop game stories and things like that, ignoring all of that garbage. Hopefully that'll be sooner rather than later, but we'll talk about that at another time. In any case, everyone...
Fight against the Jedis.
Now, you fight against the Jedis?
No, the Jedis. With an X.
Oh, the Zedis.
The Jedis.
Yes, the Zedis and the Zith. It's really the Zedis and the Zith. Yeah, everybody, anything dealing with Star Wars and Disney now, just take the first letter off, put an X in front of it, and that's Disney Star Wars. It's no longer real Star Wars. It's Disney Star Wars. So, Zar Wars, Zedi, Zith, Zook, Zywalker, on and on and on. It's all just nonsense. Anyway, Leonora, thank you very much for several reasons for joining me tonight, not least of which in finishing off the bingo card.
Mm-hmm.
And beyond that, everybody, yes, it was more entertaining than I could have hoped, all things considered. Everyone, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight on this, accidentally, unexpectedly, very special episode of TED Excellence. Everybody who donated, either to myself or please, again, take a look at the link at the top of the chat box for the GoFundMe for Mike Alonzo's family, or Clobby of Clobbering Times. He passed away yesterday, and his family could certainly use some support in that area. I think they're pretty close to their goal, so if you can donate, please do so. If you can't, please share that out on social media. It's very much appreciated by everybody and the people that loved him. Everybody, hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. Hope you have a good Friday ahead of you and weekend as well. Remember, Saturday, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here for Living on Borrowed Crime. And with that, everyone, I hope you're all safe and well. If you're not well, please get well soon, and we will see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.